I am going to discuss one more important concept like MVC architecture in JSP, right? So in this, as part of this tutorial, first I will tell what do you mean by MVC and how this for what purpose we are using MVC, and we'll take one example of MVC architecture and how we can there we will use JSP servlet, JDBC, JSP servlet, JDBC and MySQL. All these technology we will use to work with the application. Okay. Let me tell you first what do you mean by MVC. MVC means model, as you know, like model, then view, then controller. Okay. So model, view, controller architecture. The main purpose for the MVC architecture is like to separate the business logic that is there inside the application from the user interface. User interface means is nothing but the view layer. For example, we are submitting one form, that is a kind of view, right? The view means what? View means what? The user can see, that user can feel and see, right? For example, one form, user form, that is a view. Whenever in the application we submit the form, then one response is generated like success or valid, user is registered, some kind of response, right? So that we can show as part of JSP. So we can create one JSP file for success and one for response, that is called view. Okay. And if I talk about the business logic, the model means, right, whenever like in our applications we'll use model to save the business data. Okay. And controller is just like the interface between the model and view, the interface between the model and view. Okay. Now you might have got like some idea about what is all about the MVC architecture. Okay. So let me tell you what will happen whenever the user gives the request. Okay. Whenever the user gives the request, the request will trap by the controller. Okay. The controller will gets the model object data from the database. Okay. Controller gets the model object data model object data from the database. Once the response got from the database, okay, the servlet will get the model object data. Okay. So once the servlet receives that data, then servlet what it will do? The first is will be getting the request, and second one is communicating with the model and the database, getting the data back. Okay. Then from the servlet, what it will do? It will either throw some success or error. That is called view. To the view, it will communicate to the view. The fifth step, it will communicate to the view. Okay, that we are going to see. That is nothing but the JSP we have detected as JSP the view layer, and that JSP will be displayed to the from the JSP, it will display to the user whoever requesting for the resource. Okay. So that is the overall flow of the MVC flow. So in this example, we'll take the user registration, or we'll take student registration as part of this application. Okay, so there we'll use JSP for the view layer and servlet for the business logic purpose, and JDBC to communicate with the database, and MySQL, like for the database activity, like we're storage purpose, right? To start with the coding part, what I have done here is like I have created the folder structure like that is the MVC, JSP, servlet, JDBC, MySQL. Here we are going to develop the MVC architecture example with the help of JSP, servlet, and JDBC and MySQL. Okay, so this is our project structure, and here what I have done here is like to make use of the MySQL. So I have added this dependency. Okay, and JDK 17 we are using here, and Jakarta servlet 6.0 we are using here. Okay, these are the things we are using as part of the dependency, so you can add. Okay, so then as it is a MVC architecture, like what we are going to do here is like we are going to create the packages, right? Kind of model uh, model view controller, right? Model will create, and then another package will create, right? Instead of model model DAO and then controller Controller is nothing but the servlet will write inside that. Okay, and here we have the JSP file. The view controller view is here. Okay, the view all the JSP file will write here, and I'll let me write the success things. Write file HTML file. Okay, success success.jsp. One JSP page will write, and similarly one JSP view will write failure.jsp. These are the two files will be having. Okay, so let me copy this and let me first write success student registration success, or if any failure, then what I'll do, student registration failed. Okay, these are the two things I have completed quickly. Okay, to save some time. And SQL query I am keeping whatever the, okay, let me tell you the database side, right? The database, as part of the database, what I have done here is like I have created the schema JSPDB, and student is the table I have created where ID, where the ID I am taking as the auto increment ID. No need to insert manual like from the code. What it will do, it will auto create whenever we are inserting the record, then automatically the ID will be created. Okay. Okay, so here ID, first name, last name, section, address, and stream. These are the things I have taken. First name, last name. Okay, all these things. Okay, let me go to the this one, the Eclipse ID, and let me create the first model. Model is nothing but the Java class. Okay, so we'll create the model. This is the student model, which will implements serializable as it is a uh, serializable. Okay, java bin. Okay, so for that it will be there, and private uh, private int id, private int student id. Okay, sid, sid will take, and private string, then private string first name. Okay, first name, then again I will take the last name, first name, last name, then what else we have? We have a first name, last name, section, address, stream. Okay, section, address, stream. Uh, Section, address, and stream. All these are the fields we are having. Okay, and then finally, what I'll do, I'll create the constructor, no argument constructor, select none, and then create the all the getters and setters. This is the model class, that is the kind of Java Bean class. Okay, so we have model is ready. Okay, one that is done. Then what I'm going to write here, like the DAO is there. So DAO is, I can create the DAO, like I will name it. So for this DAO, I will name the DAO as student DAO, student DAO class, where we'll put all our JDBC code. Okay, so this is having public int register student. Register student method will be there, and which will take student object. It will take student object, it will take one student, and it will register. Okay, once that is register, and it will return the result. Okay, so this result, what we will going to do, this result, what we are going to do, we will declare int result by default 0. On registering, it will return the either 0 or something, 0 or 1. Okay, so that is the method I have written. So inside this method, we are going to write all these stuffs. Okay, okay, fine. So now let me quickly go to this student and what the fields we have taken. These are the fields we have taken. Okay, so let me go to the index.html. Here is the form. This is the JSP file. I made it to .html to write the code. Then we'll change the to JSP. Okay. For some reason, like it is not enabled the JSP, so that is why I'm taking the HTML. Okay. So then we'll change after the coding. Okay. So what I'll do, I will write one form. I'll write one form action. Form action is equals to register. Form action equal to register. Method is equals to post. This is the method. I will take first name. I will take the first name. Okay, I will take the first name. This is the first name, and input type is equals to text. Name is equals to first name. Okay, and at the end I will take br. Okay, 5 times. Okay, so first name is gone. Then last name. This is the last name. Let me quickly do it. Then section, last name, section. This is the section. Then address. This is the address, and this is the address I have done. And this is the stream. Okay, so that is done. Then finally, what we'll do, we'll submit this form. Okay, submit is input type is equals to submit and value equals to register. Okay, so this is the form is ready. So now what we will do, we'll work with the controller. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll create the controller class. Controller is the servlet like student registration. Okay, registration controller, student registration controller. We'll name it. This is the servlet which will implements. Sorry, which will extends, right? Extends HTTP servlet. Okay, so one that is HTTP servlet, it will extends, and then what I'll write web servlet. Web servlet is the URL to which it will map. Okay, so what I'll write, I'll value is equals to slash register index.html. What we have given the register. Okay, so I'll go to this one and register, and what I'll do, I will override the method. Post method. Override method, then post. Do post is the method I have overridden. Okay, so now once the user has submit this first name, last name, all this form user submit, then what I'll do, I will take all these names and I will capture capture one by one in the servlet. Okay, so this is the first name, last name, stream. This is required. Okay, student controller. So let me copy this for the time being, and string. Okay, let me comment out, or it will cry. Okay, string. Then the first name, string first name is equals to a request dot get parameter. This is the first name. Okay, this is the first name we got, and similarly, let me copy. Then last, this is the last name we got from the request or the form. I mean the form the user has submitted, and this is the last name section. This is the section, and this is the address. This is the address, and this is the stream. Finally, the stream. The stream is this one. Okay, so this is done. Control Alt L. formatted. Okay, fine. So now what we'll do, we'll create student one object, like private student DTO, student DO, student DO, student DO. Okay, so this is the student object I have taken, and now what I'll do, I'll create the object for that. Alt insert. So override method, init method. Where is the init method? Inside the init method, what I'll do, student DO. Student DAO is equals to new student DAO to create the object. Okay, so here what I'll do, I will create the student. Okay, I will create the student object. Student is equals to new student. Okay, this student is of type. Okay, fine. So then student, I will add each and every field. Student dot uh, set set first name. Set first name is first name. Okay, then student dot set last name I will copy, so I will add, then student dot set set address is address. Okay, section, then section is student dot set section I have added, then student dot first name last name address section, then stream, student dot set stream stream. Okay, once that is added, I have fetched all the request from the request object. I have fetched, and that I have added to student object. Okay, so finally here I'm going to call uh, student DAO dot register method. Register student will pass the student object. It is expecting one student object. Okay, once that is done, register. Once that is register, we will get the result. Okay, result either 0 or 1. Okay, result equal to this one. So what I'll do, I'll go to this one, class student. Okay, so here I'll write int result is equals to 0 if it is added. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll write if result on saving will get the result from the database record. Okay, greater than, if it is greater than 0, then the record is successfully inserted into the DB. Okay, so then in that case what we'll do, we'll redirect to the success page, right? So for that, what I'll do, response dot send redirect. Okay, you might have remembered this one inside the what is that, servlet. Okay, inside in the servlet class, I have already told send dot redirect. It will redirect to the success page. Okay, for that, the file is like success dot JSP. Okay, success.jsp, or otherwise what it will do, it will redirect to error.jsp. Okay, error success we have taken, right? Okay, no, not error, this is failure we have taken. Okay, if failure.jsp. Okay, what I have done here is, like, if that record is inserted into the database, what I'm doing, we are sending redirecting to the success page, otherwise we are redirecting to the failure page. Okay, the control code is completed. Now we will develop the JDBC code. Okay, for that, what I'm going to write here is, like, we are going to insert the record, right? For the insert record, we'll write one query, that is, uh, let me write first the URL, private static final, then string URL. What are the URL for the MySQL? Okay, what is the URL I'm going to write here? So here we will write the JDBC URL, JDBC, and then colon MySQL. Okay, MySQL, then colon slash localhost. local host, uh, what I have written, JDBC MySQL local colon slash slash, okay, colon slash slash localhost colon on which port number it is running, colon 3306, okay, then slash, then what is our database name, or database name, what we have taken the database name we have taken, I think, JSP underscore DB, okay, JSP underscore DB, let me paste that JSP underscore DB, okay, this is the database. And one more parameter we can take, use SSL equals to false, okay, for the safer side, okay, so that is fine. So now what we'll do, we'll write the try block, try with resource, we'll write try with resource. Inside that, what we are going to write, connection con is equals to driver manager dot get connection, okay, connection, then we will pass the URL, then username is our username is root, and password is also root, okay, that we are going to write here, okay, so it will throw add catch block, this one, and here inside that, what we will write, prepare statement, okay, prepare statement, ps is equals to con dot prepare statement, and we will pass the query is nothing but insert query, okay, we're writing, we'll write the insert query, okay, to insert the student record into the database, okay, that we have not written yet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write uh, this, I will copy, and instead of URL I'll write insert query. So here what I'll write, insert into table is student, and this is the value will pass. I'll go to the student, this one, and I'll pass the first name, last name, stream, all these things will pass here. So this is the database field, and then values, okay, what are the values we are going to insert, values is nothing but question mark, comma, question mark, then question mark, comma, question mark, comma, question mark, okay, so these are the five question mark, 1 2 3 4 5, okay, these are the five things we are going to insert into the database, okay. Once the prepare statement is ready, then ps dot set string of 1 comma, then from the student object, what we will get, student dot get first name, first name is the first these things, okay, so I will copy, and this is the second, and this is the third. I think you might have know all these codes, right, JDBC codes. So five, so first name, this is the get last name, and then first name, last name, then section, get section, then fourth one is the address, get address, and finally the stream, get stream, okay. So all these object I have set, okay. So now what I'll do, I'll execute the query. Before executing the query, I would like to print what is the prepare statement we have done, okay. This is the things I just wanted to do, and result uh, result is equals to then ps dot execute update, okay. This will execute update to for the insert statement, okay, for the insert, delete, update, for these things, okay. So what will do, it will insert the record into the database, throw this one e dot print practice, and everything is done fine, right. connection, driver manager. Okay, all the JDBC code completed, right? Connection, prepare statement, all these things, and it will be auto closable because try with resource we have taken. So that is fine. Okay, so I think the development has completed. Okay, so HTML. Let me write this HTML. Let me convert into, because we are working with the JSP, so this should be JSP. Rename to JSP. JSP. Okay, fine. Okay, everything is completed. Now it's the time to deploy the our code. Okay, so now run MVC. This is the MVC JSP servlet. Apply, then run. We'll see if any issue is there. Then we'll see. Then we'll do the fix accordingly. Okay. So I think the development is completed. Student DO, student SQL, everything we have completed. So here in the you might have noticed that SQL query.txt I have provided SQL query.txt. So where I have placed the query, whatever the query I have used, okay. So that will place in the Git. You can collect from there or you can do from by yourself, okay. So what I'll do, I'll go to this this one. Okay, then index.jsp, okay, index.jsp. See, first name I will write Alex. Alex, then Alex Martin is the first name, and section is A section, and address is USA, and stream is, for example, science. Okay, one if I register this one, let me go to the database. Go to the database. Let me run this query. Select JSP DB dot student. Okay, JSP student. Okay, select star from this one. Okay, this is the query. If I run, then nothing we have. Okay, let me try to give the request from here. So what I've done, we have filled the form. Then if once we click the register, no suitable driver MySQL JDBC. Okay, so we have not loaded the driver. So what we have to go, we have to go to this one, and here what we'll do, we'll write class, this class dot for name. Okay, we'll load the class uh, com dot mysql dot tj dot jdbc, right, jdbc dot driver. Okay, this is the things we have to load, and uh, class not found access until throw add to the method signature. Okay, fine. Okay, it will throw surround with try catch. Fine. Okay, now it is fine, I think. So let me, we have not loaded the driver. Let me restart again. Okay, this is started. So we have added. So what I'll do, the same form which I am going to do, I am going to submit. Okay, once I submit this one, so the student registration success, you got that, the student registration success. Okay, so if I go to the database, if I show you if I run this query, then you can see ID is 1 Alex Martin A, this one. Okay, that is entered. Okay, so if I try to run another query, if I run this time Smith and Smith, and this is the Roy, and this is the B section. This is from USA science also. Okay, the student registration also success. Okay, if I go to the database and if I run the query, then you can see we have inserted two records. Okay, Alex and Smith, two records we have inserted, and whatever the id field is auto generated, right? 1 and 2, because we have taken auto generation. Id column is auto increment. Okay, so it what it is doing, it is automatically incrementing, okay, the id. Okay, so I hope this video you find this MVC architecture is useful. Okay, so in the next class we'll meet in the new content. Okay, thank you.